Kansas City at the Buffalo Bills. I believe, what is this, one of Mahomes' like only away playoff games he's ever played?
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Just a testament to how dominant the Mahomes and the Chiefs have been.
Yeah, so who are you taking in this game?
I've already thought about this answer before we started recording today. Because I got to say something to you, Bills fans. I know I'm trying to think how to say this without jinxing them. It's a weird thing. I have to go about this carefully. I know I said some negative things. And let me be clear. Everything I said, I still do believe. But with those things that I said, I'm also going to say this. Hear me out because it's a fact. I still want y'all to get the job done. It would make me cheese so much to see the Bills or the Lions, because we'll get to the Lions in the future, though. Because of, obviously, we know the history of these teams. They've been through so much. The fan base has been through so much. Bills fans, I want to see y'all happy. I want to see y'all succeed. So for this game, I'm doing it again, bro. The third time this year. I'm going heart over head, and I'm taking the Bills. Because my head is telling me the Chiefs for multiple reasons. The Mahomes pedigree. They're living in their head rent-free. It's like the Bills are like, we got to do it. We're at home. And the Chiefs, you're coming in, you're playing with house money. There's no pressure. You've already gotten the job done twice. There's so many reasons that the Bills should lose this game. And the fact they can't play a complete game. But with all that said, heart over head, give me the Bills to find a way. Could they go and break the curse this year? That's my narrative.
I'm really in the middle on this one. Watching that Miami KC game, KC was just by far and away, in my opinion, the better team. Like, I don't think it was a question watching that game in the way they played, the energy. Miami just looked dead, and obviously they don't do well in cold weather games. I think they were kind of set up to lose once the weather got that cold, and anything under 40 they struggle. I really like Rice. Rice has shown that he can be a real issue for teams.
Bro, that was what I was going to get to next. If at this point, if you're the Chiefs, your saving grace is Mahomes to Rice.
Yeah, Mahomes to Rice. I mean, like, Kelsey, 7 catches, 71 yards, but he just has not looked the same. I don't want to write him off too soon, but at the end of the day, like, he is 34 years old. Like, we could see the production start to trail off a little bit. I think he still has probably like 2 years left in him, but I mean, his brother just retired. I mean, I don't know how much longer Kelsey has, and I think obviously the Chiefs making a point to go get another receiver this offseason, whether it's in the draft or free agency, because you can't rely on just Rashee Rice and Isaiah Pacheco. But okay, so this is basically like getting into my reasoning. I think the Chiefs, like you said, have more of that pedigree, whereas I haven't seen the Bills do it yet. I haven't seen the Bills win a Lombardi. I haven't seen the Bills win an AFC championship game. I haven't seen the Bills go to a Super Bowl yet. And if we want to look back on that game last week when we saw the Bills beat the Steelers 31-17, we were talking about this before the show. To me, that was not a convincing win at all from the Bills. They always felt like they were going to win, but the fact that they could not put away the Steelers, like just put them away, was really, really frustrating because you're playing Mason Rudolph. Like, Mason Rudolph, like, I knew the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback situation was dire, but he stinks. Like, there's no zip on the ball. A lot of his yards are dump-offs. Like, he's not making big throws. So, like, they were giving him that all day. And it's like, dude, the talent between these two teams are so different, especially without TJ Watt. And it's like, the fact that you weren't just able to put away this team makes me question how far you can actually go. We've been talking about this all year. 4 games. Can the Bills do it 4 games in a row in the playoffs?
And this is the problem, bro. It's because, like, everything you're saying, we see that they're such a talented team, which what makes it even more frustrating. It's they show up. It's almost like, and again, I'm not in the locker room. I can't confirm any of this for certain, but to me and what it feels like watching it, it's like a team who's half in, half out. Like, they're like, we know how talented we are, so we don't have to show up playing 100%. We can just fucking, we're just going to take it and wing it, and we'll see how. They're like a really smart kid that doesn't put any work in his project and just shows up the day and hopes that it goes really well. Like, that's literally what the Bills are. They're like, yeah, it might go good, it might go bad. We know who we are. But it's like that's not going to translate to consistent wins in the playoffs. Again, I really hope I'm wrong. I'm riding hard overhead because of this reason. But so I mean, into everything you're saying, I agree completely. Like, we know the Chiefs, it doesn't matter that it's going to be cold. Mahomes is showing us he can sling it in the cold. And I think I just want to make a side note here. Like, it's a side note. I'm just going to keep emphasizing more and more if the Chiefs can win it. But like, if the Chiefs can win not only this game, but go and do the whole thing this year with this core, I mean, like, there's nothing even left to say. I mean, it's like Mahomes he already is on Brady level, but Brady did it multiple times with minimum receiving core. It's like Mahomes goes and does the same thing. It's like, oh man. Like, how do we stop this guy for real? Because if nobody can stop him with this core right now, we're fucked.
Yeah. I mean, I think Mahomes is the closest thing we'll probably get to a Brady if he wins this year. I mean, I already think he's like the more talented player. Brady is obviously the better player. Obviously, 7 rings is ridiculous, unheard of, more than any NFL franchise. But I think the more and more we've talked about it, I'm starting to lean the Chiefs just because it's like I trust them more as a team, Andy Reid as a coach, to get it done because they have done it in the past. But something in my heart is telling me that like the Bills this could be the Bills' year to like make it to the chip. But my issue is I have more confidence in the Chiefs beating the Ravens.
See, I was gonna say, and like I'm gonna get into that in a sec too. But because what you just said, it just made me think. Like, I'm like with Andy Reid. Like, let's be real for a sec. Anytime the Chiefs get to the red zone against the Bills, they're gonna have some tricky bullshit to get those linebackers out in space moving. And Mahomes just gonna dump that bitch over to Pacheco in the middle. I'll let it call one of trick plays right now. It's gonna be some woo at the line of scrimmage, flip to Holmes to someone over. Like, that's gonna be Andy Reid's game plan. He's gonna be like, wait a minute, bro. They want to play with all these linebackers on the field all the time. Bet that we got something for you. And honestly, from a matchup perspective already, it kind of scares me a little bit. But the reality of the situation is going to come down to this. Josh Allen has a better core, and Mahomes doesn't have the better core. Josh Allen has no excuse to not be able to go in at home and be able to make this the game he'd be able to say, I beat Mahomes in the playoffs, and I gave my team a shot, and hopefully to go all the way to the Super Bowl. Josh Allen, this is your biggest opportunity of your life, and there's no other way to slice it besides that at this point.
All right, any final thoughts on this game?
No, other than, now that it's been said, the Bills have no excuses. Bills Mafia, you can't fold this one.